All right, third time's a charm. Starting back over. Okay, so
welcome
Preston.
back to the ever-changing podcast room.
So if this one sucks, I mean, you guys should have saw our first take. It was awesome.
We kind of blew our load on the first take.
Oh my god!
But yeah, okay. Another take. Should we just stop now and go? Go for it.
Okay, so we've been pretty busy lately. The last couple weeks, we've gotten a couple trips in already. Remember, we're selling out, so I think we already have like 5 or 6 videos this year.
Yeah, already.
Some are more successful than others. I don't know if anyone's. The Dinty Moore one isn't taking off like I thought it might.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Making the Dinty Moore one was like
awesome.
You felt dirty doing
that
it.
That one was a little bit harder for me to do. The Catch and Cook actually came pretty organically.
Oh, I thought the Dinty Moore one was fun.
The Dinty Moore one was tough for me.
Maybe you needed to talk more.
That being said, Nixon loved the Dinty Moore one. That was
there's no
his
catch.
favorite
There's
one.
no catch in that one. So I mean, it's
That's
like
true. It's just kind of by itself.
Right.
Right.
But at least the fishing was better. In that video than it was with the Deer Creek.
Oh, the
video.
Deer. Never again, Deer Creek, for the 4th time we've said that.
Yeah, we equaled our Deer Creek total in like 10 minutes at Jordanelle. It was great.
How many? Did
okay, yeah. So did we tell you when we went to Jordanelle? We pull up. Some guy's putting in this like foldable boat.
Yeah, it was like a.
Oh, you did tell me.
It was like a Lego boat.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
And he's like, well, he's talking to Peter.
Was it just by himself?
Yeah.
Huh.
And he's like, hey, I know you guys. You fish at Lake Powell all the time or whatever. I'm like, yeah? He's like, yeah, I put in at Farley all the time.
Oh, you did tell me about this guy.
So that was pretty interesting.
Have you been there recently? Did you say?
Yeah, it was like not too long ago, it seemed like. It was
fall?
maybe like September or something like that.
Sounded like he went after our October.
Yeah, after our October.
Because he's like, I didn't do as good as you guys did or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. So he probably went like late October, early November.
Didn't catch the boils.
I'm going to be honest, I felt really bad for him. Because like at one point he's like, are you guys brothers? We're like, no.
Oh, yeah. So I was getting the boat ready and I could tell he was like not checking us out, but like, not that there's anything wrong with that. But he was looking over at us and I could just tell something was like eating at him. And then finally he's like, hey, you guys brothers?
That's the first question he asked?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And I was like...
A little after the fact.
Yeah, it was a little bit after the fact. And I was like, nah, we're cousins. And he goes, oh man, I wish I had someone to fish with. And I was
he's like, yeah, my son just plays video games or whatever. More tackle boxes, less X boxes.
Yeah, did he say that?
No,
or something? That's you. No, but
Utah English Report.
Yeah.
I do remember him saying that though, and I was like, oh, poor guy. Like, he just wants someone to, like, a buddy to fish with.
But he went and fished. He goes and fishes over by the dam, past the buoys. He's like, you're not supposed to.
Oh, really?
But it's good over there, yeah.
It is probably one of the better spots. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you guys went? Did
No.
you guys go over there?
No.
Or
We
you
went
just
like
kinda went over into that
towards
rock?
Rockcliffe, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a normal
So
route.
we're putting in too, and there was like a ton of people. There was a ton of people shore fishing, and everyone parks on the effing ramp in the winter. That's one thing I've noticed about going fishing in the winter.
Everyone thinks
they can just park on the ramp. Like, okay, and there's plenty of signs.
Right.
Plenty of signs. So walking up the ramp to park, it says no parking anytime on the ramp.
Right. But for some reason, if it's winter, you just park on the ramp.
Anyway, that's annoying.
Yeah, that grinds our gears.
We also looked up and they were filming something.
It was the weirdest thing ever.
There was like 10 of these production people.
Oh, yeah.
They were kind of on like the rock area below the campground, in between like the shore anglers and the campground. And so yeah, they're filming some guy, and some guy's like in a all white robe.
Kind of like a Jesus robe.
Yeah. With like some red scarf. And he's standing there, and then obviously they like say action or something, and then he like
stumbles.
Does some stumbling like death scene or something.
And then falls, yeah.
It was funny.
And both Preston and I are sitting there staring at it. We're like, what is going on?
I should have asked.
You should have asked so we could watch it.
Right.
Like, going back and looking at it.
Because when we pulled out, there was still a couple people left over from like the crew.
The production or whatever. Huh.
But anyway, that was pretty interesting. That was a fun trip. It's always good to go there.
Asked.
Jordanelle, I mean, honestly, Jordanelle, again, lives up to, like, the most Dungee place ever. Jordanelle is just sick.
I wonder why too, because I mean, me and Andrew used to go there quite a bit and not have as much success.
Trying to think like the very first time we went, dude, it was probably like 10 years ago. We went over. We fished mostly by the dam
Before they cut it off.
Yeah, we didn't really go anywhere else.
We'd catch bass over there.
Right, we would catch bass. So I guess if the bass weren't biting, we really didn't do that well. Because I feel like most of the time the trout are opposite, you know, Rock Creek or whatever. And
then there was that other time, like we went and I remember like the first cast, you caught like a really nice rainbow.
Oh yeah, way.
But then
way in the back though.
But then like nothing else the entire trip.
Yep. But I don't even remember what time of year that was either. So I'm wondering if we just kind of were hitting it wrong.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to always hit strawberry, you know.
Right.
We were trying to hit those other ones, and we probably weren't giving Jordanelle the best shot, I think.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I never, until we started fishing Jordanelle, I never, like, gave it much of a thought.
No. I mean, it's got everything in it, too, so it probably is good year-round.
Yeah. Well, that's where there's a, what's his name? He lives in, like, Oregon now. Because I kifed that information off of him. He was, like, posting about it. Like, Craig Robin or something like that.
About Jordanelle being
And he would do the same thing we did in the winter, like go and catch big browns.
Yeah, wasn't it that video you watched? You're like, hey, this dude just caught like 10 browns, and it was like February.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, maybe we should go. And then we went up there
and caught like 10 browns. Yeah. That's true.
Jordanelle's been good.
So we went there.
It was a lot better than Deer Creek. Deer Creek is.
Deer Creek's great.
Deer Creek was fun.
Like, Deer Creek's better than Jordanelle.
I see what you're doing there. No, like
keep going to Deer Creek.
Don't get me wrong, Deer Creek was fun though. Like it was good getting out. It was good doing our first catch and cook. You know, 2021's the year we're selling out, so it was fun doing our first catch and cook. That was fun. Yeah, it was. And the food was good.
We do it anyway. We just did it for our video now.
Right.
But I've never had trout quite like that.
Yeah, that was some of the best trout I've ever eaten.
Like I've never eaten like the skin like that. I've always just kind of like roasted it and then put it in foil
and then like picked out the skin,
picked it out and stuff. But yeah, this way it was like I don't know if I'll do a trout any other way now.
Yeah, I mean it was really good. And what was even better, in my opinion, like my favorite part of that was the steak because we did the surf and turf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the steak was, dude, we got ribeyes, man. They were so good.
It's good stuff.
In ribeye and garlic butter on a cast iron, like.
Dude, we need to try, going back to the fish though, we need to try the boneless trout method.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple videos. We should try that.
Where they're kind of filleting out the bones.
Yep.
And then they just fry it, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, we should try that.
We should try that.
Because I don't think I've ever tried.
So next time we do Jordanelle and catch a rainbow, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
We just need to bring. That's one thing that I think we could do more is just always have the stove with us.
We do. Well, we at least have the little one.
Yeah. And so just do more catch and cooks.
We cook all the time on the boat.
We're doing like hot dogs or something quick and easy that we know the kids will like.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of it has to do with kids. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. But I'm sure Nixon's like not that picky of an eater. Like I'm sure he'd eat the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes the fish. It's not too bad for him.
But yeah, you guys are lucky. You guys have gone out. Preston's probably going this weekend.
Right.
Lucky.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely going next weekend if the weather holds out.
I'm going with my dad.
So we'll be at Powell somewhat here in the next few days.
I mean, we better go next weekend because I've got my streak still. I'm trying to catch a fish in every month of the year. So
oh, really?
That would be my time.
1 month down?
Yeah, that would be my time to knock off February. So.
Yeah, maybe you should do a podcast down there.
Oh yeah.
Get Corbin in on it.
Rolling
yeah.
And your dad?
I like that idea.
Would your dad be in on it?
Yeah, my dad would do it.
You think he'd do it?
He's one of our consistent 100 viewers of the podcast.
Good.
I'm sure he would love to be on the podcast. And nothing like getting my dad like ranting, so.
Dude, get your dad on BYU football.
Yeah,
BYU sports in general.
Dude, me and my dad were like to the level of shouting. What's so funny is
yeah, I've been there.
In every conversation.
right. But it's like, what's funny is me and my dad like rarely disagree. Yet every time I talk to him about something like, for instance, BYU sports, it seems like we're fighting. It feels like we're fighting, but it's rarely fighting. Like, for instance, just the other night we were talking about like how stupid it is that BYU wouldn't pay Grimes. Like, you know, he's easily, and that's what another thing we were talking about along with that is that Utah rarely beats BYU on recruiting. Like, the recruiting that Utah gets and the recruiting BYU gets, it's the same. They get the same athletes they've always got. The difference is Utah has way better coaches than BYU. And finally we get a good coach and we won't pay to keep him. And so we're arguing about this, and we're not even arguing, we're agreeing with one another, but it sounds like we're like at each other's throats about it. And then, you know, he'll say something like, no, the real problem is, and it will be something completely unrelated, and then we end up going down that rabbit hole. Yeah, talking to my dad's
good.
Interesting.
Do one next week. I like going down those
rabbit holes with my dad.
Yeah, man. He's got some great theories on where BYU sports stands and stuff like that. He's a whole sort of conspiracy theorist, especially when it comes to BYU
sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
Do one down there.
Okay. I mean,
I'll definitely tune in and listen to that.
His big thing lately is he's been watching a lot of Mark Felton. So we could talk to him, I'm sure, for hours about Mark Felton. Do you watch Mark Felton, Andrew?
Is that the war? The
War Stories with Mark Felton?
Yeah. Mark Felton Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him in a while, but yeah, I have watched him before.
Preston got us started on that one, and my dad's been super into it.
Yeah, he's like so good at history. It's really interesting. He does a lot of kind of off-kilter topics. Like, I just watched one today about there's some like German Tiger tank supposed to be flooded in one of the French rivers.
Really?
And like 20 minutes on that, and it was like I was glued to the screen. It was great.
Yeah.
He just knows his stuff. It's sweet.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little bit off the path of what we were going to talk about today.
We can turn it back into what have you guys been hooked on lately
with
YouTube? Yeah, because I'll go. Oh, you want me to start with my?
Yeah. I said it.
So 618 Fishing. I don't know why or how I got onto it, but that guy has so many videos, and I've watched probably a dozen of his spillway, a couple of his like Tiny Creek ones or whatever. He's like the king of clickbait, you know.
Yeah.
All of his titles are capitalized, you know, like you won't believe.
Fishing with a piece of steak.
Right.
Yeah.
I swear he's got like 50 PB videos. Like he's getting a personal best almost every other day. Yeah. But he does. His videos are great. They're produced great, you know. But it just gets sucked into that one. So that's kind of been my almost like a week now. I've kind of been diving into his stuff
618,
with a couple of other.
Did I tell you? It's been since our last podcast, I think. And I just texted you guys, and I was like, I've just binge watched. His name's Fikeandhish.
That was me 2 weeks ago.
Fikeandhish, yeah.
I mean, I think he's got about 70 videos or something like that. I think some of them are duplicates.
He's a
lot of them are duplicates.
But it's fine. Like, I still watch them.
No, I do too.
I still watch the same video under a different name. That's how you know you're good at YouTube.
Yeah. You can just
repost some of our old Boyle videos and name them something else.
Yep.
Fikeandhish is definitely
good.
He's one of the oddest humans I've ever seen.
It's like the perfect blend of like nothingness and like quick pace at the same time. Like, I don't know. It's soothing to watch his videos.
Yes.
Plus interesting at the same time. Like,
I could fall asleep to Fikeandhish for sure.
Yeah. Which is a good thing.
He's like the Bob Ross of fishing videos. He's got his completely own style. Like, nobody does fishing videos like him.
Well, I mean, the dude says good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. Does a good night and good morning.
Just set up camp. Time for bed.
Yeah.
And I remember, so did you Maybe I just rewatched the one where him and his brother are hiking along the Fremont, Dirty Devil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember watching that one like 3 years ago.
That's
the first one like I found, I think.
And Preston, you sent it to me because we fished the Fremont
because that's the spot we wanted to go. Right. So that's how I found him.
Right.
But then like he popped up. I didn't know he would like go on to be like my favorite YouTuber ever. But yeah, he's all over the place too. He's in California and Arizona.
The one I watched, he's like hiking high wilderness in the Wind Rivers and
Wyoming. There's a lot of Wind Rivers. Don't see arrows.
Yeah, Fikeandhish is awesome.
He obviously hikes a lot. Big backpacker, but he loves to fish too. So
yeah,
it's great. Look him up. That's definitely a shout out from us.
Fikeandhish.
Yeah, we do fully endorse Fikeandhish.
His Arizona ones are great, though.
He's officially
I really like those.
Yeah, dude.
The Arizona ones
the White Mountains
really cool
and the
Black River.
Black
River's a good one.
Black River's way
probably
cool.
one of my favorites.
Black River, there are a lot of like rattlesnakes in those videos.
Did
he see like in the one video he puts like there's like 3 rattlesnakes in it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But yeah, the Fikeandhish. Okay, so the one I've been on lately is Tripping on Trout.
Mm-hmm.
He's a New Zealander fly fishing guy, and dude, just makes me want to go to New Zealand. His production is really good too. Like his videos, they're not very different each video. It's literally pretty much just him fishing, but for some reason he does a really good job of like finding a way to like make each place and each thing like just different enough that it sucks you in, draws you in. I like him a lot, and most of his stuff is GoPro too, and it's like really high quality, really well done. So
yeah, I've watched a couple of his. He's pretty good to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, every fish he catches is like huge. So makes me just want to go to New Zealand, to be honest. I mean, that's okay. So this is maybe something I'd open it up to you guys, like comment below or write on, like email us or whatever. But like, why do you watch things on YouTube? Like, why do you watch what you watch? And I mean, like, for you guys, like, one of the reasons I like that so much is because it is New Zealand. It's a place, like, I probably will never get to fish. It's, like, completely different than what we fish around here. Because you look at it, and it's like a freaking jungle on both sides of him, yet he's catching brown trout. So, like, I don't know. Like,
I
that's
think
why I
people are
like
interested in it, because it's, like, to me, it's almost like the Twitter of videos, of, like, entertainment. Because you can totally just personalize, essentially, kind of like whatever you want to be on your feed, essentially. And so, I also read one comment today. I was watching an old music video, and somebody's comment was like, "YouTube is the closest thing we'll ever get to a time machine."
It's kind of that is true. I watch our old ones all the time, and like, man, I was like skinny back then. Like,
well, you can watch anything on YouTube. I mean, we've listened to like Coast to Coast from like the 90s, and stuff. So
it's like the number one source to like find something.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Thinking about it, like I'm such a sucker for recommendations. Like, they totally get me.
I get into the recommendations for sure. I mean, that's how I watched 618. Yeah, as a recommendation. Yeah,
and then like once you click one, it's like 5 of them are down below now.
Oh,
new PB.
Yeah, another really good guy.
Spill Monster.
Another really good guy his name's Drew Looking Fishy.
Yeah, Drew Looking Fishy is cool.
Drew Looking Fishy.
I started watching him first. I mean, Preston sent a video, but I didn't like do too much into it. I've been watching his Instagram. His Instagram's like really good.
Huh. He's fishing like the Bighorn in Wyoming.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of him.
For fly fishing, he's really good.
Yeah.
To me, so the more I think about it, and maybe we should take my own advice, it seems the more I think about it, the less someone talks in a video, like the least amount of information, but the proper information is like what I like. Like if someone talks too much or they say annoying stuff, even if their content's cool, like to me, I don't want to watch it anymore.
It's being concise is important. Like one of the things where like, for instance, the Googans have lost me. Like a lot of their videos, it's just them talking about stuff I don't care about. Like their inside jokes and like, I'm going to call Lettuce Man. Who's Lettuce Man? I don't know who that is.
You guys should break down the whole Googan whatever thing for me because I am so lost when all that crap comes up. Like, I know Guggen's fighting with somebody in...
The thing is I hate that we're...
gives a crap about
I hate that
this?
we're even talking about it, but you kind of have to, because, like, they're, like...
It's part of the fishing world, apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
it's, like, a big part of the fishing world, apparently.
They're so huge.
Yeah.
And it was like I was telling you guys, like, they marketed so brilliantly.
Yeah, they're just good at that.
Well, what is the like, what's the fight over?
Okay, well, the one.
Are we gonna do this? We're gonna do this.
The one video I can't
explain it to me. I don't even.
The
know
one video I came across. Apparently, there's a guy named Milliken fishing, and he's out of like Nebraska.
That's the one you sent me, right? You sent me that video.
So he's like, I guess he's in a beef with the Guggens, which and like 5 of these guys, who I think are now all based out of like Texas.
And Milliken has his own.
They're all
base,
based.
right?
They're all based out of like Dallas Fort Worth. It's actually pretty important that you say that because a big part of like the beef, I guess, has to do with 6 Sense fishing, who's out of Houston. So there's like even geographical like rivalries that like play into this, and so like I guess basically one thing is like. My understanding of it was basically Guggen Baits ripped off a bunch of 6 Sense baits.
So that's what it's all.
Right. It all kind of boils down to like, which ultimately, if we really boil it all down, both 6 Sense and Guggen ripped off Strike King baits.
Well, aren't all baits pretty much ripped off of each
other?
Yes,
I mean,
and that's the point.
No way.
That's why it's so stupid. But
that is pretty stupid.
That's what it all kind of boils down to. And the Milliken guy, he's a big, like, 6 Sense guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's, like, one of their sponsored guys or maybe even an owner in it. And so it's kind of this feud of, like, well, Guggen's kind of just jacked a huge part of the market that 6 Sense wanted to be in, I guess. And so now 6 Sense is feeling jealous and feeling like they've got something stolen from them. I don't know. But that's kind of... It's kind of what it is.
At least I know more about it now.
Yeah.
I won't watch any of it, but...
Well, there's not really any reason to watch any of it, but...
And I don't even... the only thing I care about is their videos. And, like, all of them, before they got super huge, their videos were, like...
Phenomenal.
Good and
they're
watchable.
Really good, yeah.
Because they were about fishing and stuff. Now it's like, hey, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and build a bait storage thing in my garage
of my dream home, which is the 4th dream home I've bought in the last 2 years. My
4th dream home, and I'm gonna put my 5th dream boat, and my 4th dream truck into it, and I'm 22 years old.
Right. That's exactly what their videos are right now. So,
it's entertainment. It is what it is. But like I like that specific genre. You know, like to me, that's not. I don't need to watch some guy like
built. Well, and that's the thing is, if I want to watch some like DIY project, I'll go watch someone that does DIY projects do it. I'm not gonna watch some 20-something do it in his garage. Yeah, by himself. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like, if I want to watch, like, a DIY project, I'm going to watch a guy build a cabinet, because that's what I want to watch. I don't know. Anyway, I agree with you, like, and then the other thing is just I don't know, some of the things they say just annoy me, too. Like, their intros and some of the things they say. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we're probably annoying to a lot of
people, that's fair.
Yeah. And a lot, I mean, like, what... half of our audience, so 50 people. 50 people are annoyed by us. I'm sure, yeah.
No, let's give credit, though. Like, we did just pass 800 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Like, we do have a lot more people that watch us than we think and that we lead on. And it's awesome, but... Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure... Well, I know. Like, even our tiny little crap channel, like, we've gotten hate mail. And
it's so true.
Hate comments and you ruined this spot and you ruined this place and all this crap.
It's true.
And it's like, no.
Yeah, right.
You're an idiot. So, yeah, it's just funny. I don't know. I mean, I love to bag and complain about stuff and let stuff bug me, but when it all comes down to it, like, I'm not losing sleep over worrying about like someone else's videos. Or
it's
all like
it's all fun. That's the point.
We're not competing with anyone or anything like that. Like
maybe that's what we do need. Maybe we need a rival somehow.
Yeah, who wants to be our rival?
Bass and Trout, we're coming after you. No, I actually really like Bass and Trout. That's one of my...
Who could be our rival?
Yeah.
Shifty Outdoors.
Oh, I know. Rich from...
Utah Anglers?
No, not Utah Anglers.
Utah Fish Finder?
Utah Fish Finder.
We're calling you out.
Shout out to Utah Fish Finder. If you have not watched those videos, oh my gosh. Do yourself a favor, a comedic favor, and go watch some of those. We'll link
all
that.
of them.
Oh my gosh.
They're great.
So good.
They're so good. Well,
I don't know if it was like a failed fishing show he was trying to do for YouTube or what, but it's amazing.
I think he either had some money laying around or he had some connections and he's like, hey.
Or he's retired and has nothing else to do.
I'll make, I'm bored. Let's go make some fishing videos.
Okay.
I mean, he got advertisements. Yeah. There's advertisements in it.
Yeah, he made money, probably.
He tried to hire some Instagram models / women.
/ person that talks out of the side of her mouth.
Well, there's two. There's two different women.
Yeah.
So...
Okay,
yeah, watch that one.
So speaking of like local people, YouTube, we actually had like someone message us on Facebook, and it was the Kokanee Addict, right? Is that the channel?
Kokanee Addict Fishing.
Kokanee Addict Fishing.
I think.
Okay, I'm looking it up just to make sure we don't get it wrong. But he messaged us and was like really, really cool.
Yeah, go check out their channel. They're a lot like us in their style of, it's like really family oriented and
like they're
they
good.
They know like the real meaning of going out and fishing and.
So Kokanee Addict Fishing.
Yeah.
And like their videos are awesome. Like I really liked his videos. He actually kind of has the camera set up. He does a whole video about his camera setup for the boat. It's actually kind of what I want to like transition us to. He's got the GoPro 360 Max, and I kind of want to do the same thing for our boat. Anyway, really cool dude. Just sent us a message on Facebook. It was actually really cool to like see someone like, just message us and reach out to us. And he basically said that he watches the podcast, loves it. We kind of joked around. We were both saying that we're both like, kind of older dudes that are weekend warriors and stuff. And he's just a really cool guy. So, really liked that dude.
Yeah, good stuff.
And it was cool.
Anyone local, it's always good to support. I don't know, support's a vague term, but like it's always that's kind of I'm always looking for new kind of local stuff.
See, that's the really funny, interesting thing. I just talked about how I really like watching the guy from New Zealand, but at the same time, some of my favorite stuff is stuff from around here. So, like, I totally get that. The only ones I can't really get into are, like, Utah Lake white bass stuff. Like, that's kind of tough for me to watch. But everyone everyone their own, right?
It's all right.
Hey, we might end up catching white bass at Utah Lake.
We might. You might.
You never know.
So that being said, that was really cool. And then someone else emailed us, correct?
Oh, yeah, he was Benson Empey. We've had some conversations with him before. I know he watches our videos and then follows us pretty close, so shout out to him. I don't know if he...
Did anyone reach out about ice fishing?
No
nobody wants to take us ice fishing.
No one thus far wants to take us ice fishing.
There was just a couple people like...
they don't want to go.
There was a couple people just kind of like defending it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is why we like it.
I thought about it.
Fine.
I mean, if we do go, Schofield's frozen over, right? Like,
oh yeah, and it's like 8 or 9 inches thick too.
I'd probably do that place. That'd probably be a good place to start.
Speaking of Schofield, I just want to fish Schofield.
I know. Yeah, we need to go.
If we just had the stuff,
right?
That's true.
That's like the biggest thing that holds me back is like
none of the gear.
Don't have an auger. Don't have a
yep
cover tent shelter thing. Don't.
We just be.
Don't have a sled. finally have, maybe have some cold gear or whatever, but I don't have any ice fishing rod, so I'd be sitting there with like a
long rod, like
5'6".
Right.
Yeah. So if someone wants to give us, does anyone want to donate?
Yeah.
Donate.
We're starting the Dungee Ice Fishing Fund.
Yeah. What's
Dungee Ice Fishing Fund.
What's an ice fishing company? I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Augers are us. Sponsor us or something. And give us an auger.
Discount auger supply company.
How much are augers?
We could just Survivorman style it and just hack with an axe.
The augers aren't that much. Like, we could probably get
$50, $50, $60.
If we all did $50, we could probably have like a semi-decent ice fishing setup.
Oh, you want like a gas-powered one?
No. I'm saying that if we all contributed $50, we could get an auger, the rod that we need, the rods that we could get what we need.
I think you just need a rod because people just use their
normal reels,
regular reel.
Right. Maybe we should just hit up Patrick Powell.
Yeah, he's kind of into it. Maybe he's
kind of into it.
He could break the ice for us.
Yeah.
Where does he go?
Utah Lakes and
for ice fishing.
Yeah, and then I think he went somewhere else and caught perch. Probably Echo, or Rockport. One of those two.
I can see Rockport being a big ice.
Echo's like thick. Echo's like over a foot now. So
yeah,
so
Patty
low
P.
though, right?
Patty P, take us.
Is Echo pretty low still?
It's pretty low.
Ice fishing.
Yeah, so that's on you, Patrick. I don't know if Patrick watches these, but all those times we've taken him on our boat, he needs to take us ice fishing. So
seriously.
Huh. So there's that. Okay, so one other topic we kind of wanted to hit here. So we've done a bunch of like new videos. Again, this is the year of selling out. Like what do you guys think are like should be kind of our next future videos? What do we really need to get into, other than stealth camping?
Okay, so we have yet to do a stealth camper.
Just on the Jordan O video about the jerkbaits, somebody was like, "Hey, like, what line do you use for that and why?"
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I mean, we've always talked about doing that, what we actually use for setups and stuff. And he's like, why braid over whatever?"
So a video I'm thinking about doing as soon as when we went to Deer Creek, I actually broke my Sage rod, and so I sent it back, and they'll get it back when they get it back. Year of COVID, in the past it was 2 weeks and you get it back, and COVID times it's like they say it could be up to 10 to 12 weeks. But as soon as I get that rod back, I'm gonna actually do a video of the difference between like a $100 fly rod or a $200 fly rod like Andrew has. And then like my $900 fly rod, and I'm gonna.
You call him.
Well, no. What I'm gonna say is the difference isn't what you think it would be.
Right. It's
really not a big difference, and so I kind of want to do a video on like why it's not a big difference, why you really don't need to spend $900 on a fly rod, and so that's a video I want to do in the future.
No, yeah, there's lots of stuff we've. That one day I text like 30 videos. 30 videos. Row.
But we were just talking about the one. I think we want to do a backpacking into Lake Powell.
Yeah, that's kind of Andrew's idea. I think that's sweet.
We haven't seen many videos of that. Me, Preston, and Peter, we kind of know an area that not a lot of people have gone.
Yeah, and I mean
nobody.
Yeah,
I don't even know anybody who's even hiked it.
Yeah,
it's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that one for a while because it's just a
cool area.
It's up north in northern part.
Honestly,
of the
lake. The last people hiking around there were probably in the 1940s, hiking around for uranium, and I'm dead serious.
Yeah, probably. I mean, people have been to the part of the lake we'd go to for sure, but getting to that,
that spot, yeah, that'd be cool.
I think people would really enjoy that video, but
I like that one.
We could do that, and then we could also like drive into Farley and like fish white, hike into white.
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be fish in there.
Dude,
because that one time
we killed it. That one time hiking in there,
like in February, right?
It was like end of February. It was end of February.
I thought it was beginning of March, but yeah, you're probably right.
That was
because I think we just
that was when we got stuck.
Weekend.
Oh man, I wish we could have made a video out of that.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
I mean, it's known on Wayne's Words now. It's the Dungee corner.
Yeah.
Like,
Dungee
built
wall.
a full-on wall to get out. Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah. Next question I've got for you guys.
That's a story for later.
Yeah. I mean,
that was epic.
We probably should. We should make a whole video just on that story. Because that was a pretty cool story.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it turned out
terrible.
For you guys,
looking back on it, it's one of those things where
it's a good story now.
It's a good story now, but like that would suck so bad to do that again.
It sucked to do it then.
But we were rewarded, I think.
Yeah.
Got out of there.
It's good fishing.
Maybe that's why we did so good. That was when I caught that northern pike.
Yeah, you caught a pike. Didn't you catch a trout as well?
No.
Somebody's caught a trout.
I don't think I've ever.
There's been a few people on Wayne's Words catch a trout down there.
At Lake Powell, trout.
There's always a couple rainbows or a brown or two.
But the catch and cook we were talking about in that thread or whatever, that I really want to do is where we catch a Grand Slam down at Lake Powell.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool idea.
We slice them, we fillet them all the same thickness, and then
taste test them.
We'll have one person hand them out. I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if you can taste the difference.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's harder than you think.
Maybe with something like striper, which it is like, because striper is a saltwater fish. I mean, like it's.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think you could.
I think
if you cut them the same though, like Andrew was talking about.
I feel like they all taste like whitefish.
And if you were blindfolded, and it was just off taste, like if you bit into it and you looked at the like the flakiness, the thick.
That's true. You would be able to know
stuff. You could tell, but at least between like a striper.
I like that idea. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
See if we can even get. See if you can even get one out of the 4 or 5 that we catch.
That were right. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. But, have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever like eaten a Grand Slam?
No, I mean we have.
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
No, I mean like the including like a largemouth.
No, we've never eaten a largemouth.
No, of course we haven't.
I know.
Forbid we eat a largemouth.
Hasn't Robert and my dad eaten one?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because they used to keep some largemouth.
We're eating a largemouth this year.
If we for that video, and if it's the right size, obviously it's got to be the right size. So
I've eaten one, but it's been like.
I've never eaten one.
I mean, honestly,
it probably 11, tastes I can't remember.
It probably tastes like all the other bass.
It probably tastes
like whitefish.
Especially if it's a smaller one.
Right. But yeah, these guys, the Fitz family, they won't eat largemouth at Lake Powell.
I mean, there's a prince.
There is a 5-a-day limit now.
Dude, I do a largemouth. It's because it's Lake Powell.
It's kind of a principle, right? Yeah.
Like I'd eat a largemouth out of like Deer Creek or
or Sand Hollow.
Sand Hollow, Pine View.
Yeah,
Manaway.
Totally.
Somewhere where they're more prevalent.
They're all over. We see them swimming all the time, just like 50 of them, like swimming around, little ones.
Yeah.
They're there.
And
They'll survive.
I mean, recently our numbers at Lake Powell have been a lot better. With
yeah, I'd say that for sure. Especially up north.
Yeah,
we'll see. The lake will be down. It'll be interesting. I don't know. Don't know how the fishing will be this year. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
With the lake down though, theoretically that should make largemouth numbers better because there'll be more brush.
No, there won't be brush. That's the problem.
The higher you go, the more brush there is. Although,
like when
trees, it's lower, it makes more.
It lets it grow.
It lets it grow in lower areas. So once it does come back up,
it will be better, right?
In the following years,
theoretically.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So like 2 years.
We need more water. We'll see.
We've been getting snow though. That's been good.
Kinda. Like weird spotty snow too.
I mean, this last week it's been snowing pretty hard.
Even here though, like it didn't snow at my house, but then
true.
Up at work it snowed like
it's crazy.
4 or 5 inches.
That's true. So weird times. Unprecedented times.
Is that how you ending it? Ending this podcast?
Are we ending the podcast?
Oh.
Hey, I thought you needed to go.
Corbin's game. I can be late to Corbin's game. So. My little brother plays hockey, and he's got a game while we're recording this. So.
Poor Corbin.
Okay, so bring up that Utah Anglers thing.
Okay. Yeah, that does need to be talked about.
Can you put it up on the...
Yeah, Preston, when he edits this, can throw up a picture of it.
You just screen film it on your phone and then send it.
Okay, I will. It's one of the oddest things I think I've ever seen. So the caption on it says, "Been waiting for 10 months for a nibble. It's my birthday today, and I'm feeling lucky. Let's see how many Let's see how many meme we can make out of this. For my newest arrival, there's already one with Bernie in it. Let's see some more." Yeah, it's one of the weirdest things I think I've ever seen.
So is he Bernie?
No, he talks about like someone already put like Bernie on the other bed or something.
Right, like just sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants people to actually take that photo and
make a meme out of it. Yeah.
So has anybody done it?
Yeah. What are the? Oh my gosh, there's like 250 likes on that.
And there's like no memes of it.
What are some of the comments?
Utah English Report.
With ice fishing season upon us, have you tried drilling another hole?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Is that what's his name? You guys' buddy from Lake Powell making that comment?
That's like, but why?
How many people are on that Facebook page? Utah Anglers.
See, there's the one with Bernie in it.
Well, anytime there's a chick on there, there's like
There's like
500
69 million likes.
So there's at least like 500 people on there.
So yeah, it was one of the weirdest things ever, but
that's
there's always some weird stuff on there. That's like one of my favorite things to do in my spare time.
Just go through Utah Anglers?
Just go through Utah Anglers Report and see the weird crap that's on there. So, remember that one of like the fish drinking the beer?
Yeah, I do.
It's like an actual fish.
Yeah, it was like a fish.
Oh yeah,
that was
like
from our first podcast.
Catfish.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
So like that kind of stuff's always on there. So
it's the internet.
Right.
It's glorious.
So here's one topic. Maybe like we can kind of close the podcast out. Oh, before I even get there, something I did want to talk about. A upcoming video we do have coming up is our restoration of the boat.
Yeah.
So Preston, how's that going right now?
It's going good. I just ordered a crap ton of like raw materials for it last week, so they should be here any day. Had to get like the good fiberglass sheets and then the right resin and that kind of stuff. So waiting on that, and once I get that, we can really start to turn towards like the building process. The first couple of weeks has just been more like demolition type stuff and just getting the boat where we demolishing it to the point where we want to start building it back up. So we've taken like all the floor covering off and took the part of the transom that we wanted to redo off and then shaped the sides, and no, it'll be cool. I'm kind of worried about it, but
what are you worried about?
I don't know. Like, I guess my biggest worry is putting it in the water, and then it's like super tippy or I don't know.
Doesn't work out.
Right.
I think that's kind of the thing though about this. It was always kind of like a, well, let's just send it. Let's just try it kind of thing.
I mean, I think it'll be okay. I wouldn't keep going unless I mostly thought it would be fine. Like, so.
Well, one thing though is it does, at least what I've noticed when I've been there, is it pleasantly surprises us every time. Like, for instance, when we cut off the topper on it, we were worried that it would just all kind of like collapse in on itself, and it like oddly held its shape really well. Uh-huh. I was at least worried with that one open spot in the wood that wood was like completely rotten and all done, and it looks for the most part like it's gonna be okay wood wise. So I've been like I said,
yeah, I got some stuff to do that. It's called like fairing, if I'm learning right from YouTube. It's a fairing compound, and it's like the resin fiberglass version of like stucco.
Oh, okay. So
like you can fill holes with it and then scrape it smooth, and then it dries hard, and then you can sand it. So
gotcha.
We can do, yeah. I got a lot of that, but yeah, like the transom
is in better shape than we thought. Yeah.
And We didn't need to take like the entire thing out of it. The hole's in good shape. Like there's no huge like scuffs or dings or holes in there, and
so it does like keep pleasantly surprising us. So I think it probably turn out better than we were thinking.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. So we've got a couple episodes filmed of that. We'll do the whole restoration project on that, and I'll probably wait till it's entirely done and then just like week by week schedule a new video to
come out
air or whatever. So just there's been other boat restoration videos I've watched where like you see like the first 2 episodes and then there's like a year gap, and then someone's like, I didn't want to film anymore, so here's the final thing. And it's just like, okay. But yeah, it's been fun.
Still looking for a motor though.
We are still looking for a motor.
We did get a free one, but I got it running and firing, but the starter button, the ignition switch is, I think, kind of holding us up. That might be the last thing we try, and then just move on.
We might just move on and get a.
Are you still in contact with that one guy? Has he sold his?
I don't think he sold it yet.
Still out there.
So we could.
Is that the Honda or is that the Merc?
That's that Merc. It's kind of like brownish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the one for $800.
I kind of like that brand new Merc you just sent.
Yeah.
Just pony up $3,200 for a brand new Merc.
Yeah, just do like a month's worth of overtime or something, and
I'll see if I can get a signing bonus on whatever company I end up working for. Just apply it straight to that. So
I think like if we finish the boat and then we take it out and it like sits and floats really good and stuff, and then we can be like, okay, yeah, it needs nice motor.
It's worth the nice motor, yeah.
Get it on there. Maybe we can put our little 2.5 horsepower on there until
then
we find something.
Yeah.
Putts around.
Yeah. Well, we've been there before.
Ted Williams.
It's better than paddling.
Took us literally a full day to get to Moki Canyon and back in Ted Williams.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I did want to ask about that because like I really haven't talked to you much about it and kind of seeing where we're at on it. So.
Yeah, it's been fun. Kind of tore up the whole floor. That was unexpected, but dried out the rest of the wood on the bottom and.
Right.
Be a little bit more, but it'll be good. Yeah, that's been fun.
So sweet.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there this week.
Yeah.
So next time we come at you guys, we'll have a couple more trips.
Kind of under a belt.
Yeah. Talk about those and anything else we come across. Give some more shout outs. If you guys want us to give you a shout out, just send us stuff in the comments or email us. Our email's really easy to find. It's just dungeefishing.
Also, if you have any questions about us, like for us, things we like to do, things we like to use, like for fishing, like whatever, any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments and we'll answer them each podcast.
Yep.
And send us pictures. Send us some pictures. We really would like to, throw those up on screen and kind of show what you guys are doing as well. So.
Nope. Sounds good.
Anyway, good night, guys.